Oh, gonna love you so. Show you what I already know. Loving means you're never, ever, ever getting rid of me. Hello. Tool shed. Sure. A lot of noises. Storage. Tool shed. Storage.
Those holes in my mind are increasingly gaping. You cannot reach
sexy.
of the place of storing it. The entryway is blocked. So what if the squashy material between my ears is squashier than most? I may not be perfect like a hanging picture, but my words are wise and backed up by time. A pox on both your brain cells. Try as I may, you must think that I deceive you with my admittingly cunning ways. As far as my eye has seen, our rocky grave extends, and yet you cast away my hope like you would a puppy, freshly rolled in its own feces. I hope that your warped sense of morality is better company than I, because now it is all you have left.
I didn't say anything.
I'm sorry. Sometimes my emotions are like a disobedient pet. Uncontrollable and often rolling in shit. Better safe than sorry, they say. But I think we are both sorrier than we are safe. A tunnel lies between a nearby watery cave and the place where things are kept. Take the second right from the closed door, and you will find what you seek.
The second right. Relax, dude. It's just a dog. Excavation. I mean, that's the only place I can go, so. Piercing white light. Pretty high though. Some kind of altar. Push! The man still clutching, still looking for what? Before him lies metal, jutting awkward from the earth. A hatch, a portal, a hole, a door, unfamiliar text. Where are these figures huddled around? What secrets are hidden behind faces of men? Feels as if I'm leaving my body for just a moment. What are these things? The test substance continues to defy identification. Chemical and xeno investigations fail to produce meaningful results. Testing continues. Test 102, bromine test, normal, pH 5. Test 103, acid amide test, negative. 104, ammonia NH3, negative, unreactive. Test 105, hydrochloric acid solution, negative for sulfate, sulfide, or chlorate ions. Test 106, standard hallucinogenics, mild intoxicant. Tests abandoned due to most test subjects suffering massive internal hemorrhaging within 1 or 2 hours. Test 107, positive, negative metal cations, incomplete. Test 106, human hallucinogenics, incomplete. Testing of the gaseous fog has been considerably more successful. It appears to be a harmless blend of sulfur, chlorine, and aromatic amine, which gives it the floating visual effect. Please note that harmless here is used in the xenochemics sense. It is harmless as far as we have identified it, and so can take the necessary safety measures. If directly ingested, it would naturally be lethal. 159. Potassium dichromate paper, positive for sulfur. 161. Litmus test, negative for all but chlorine. 301. Hydrochloric acid solution, positive for aromatic amine. Work continues on the issue of transporting this substance. So far, removing it from its dormant location causes its base state to radically change, producing massive heat to the detriment of 3 workers, one of whom is no longer operational due to his injuries. Following heat dissipation, the substance appears to turn dead, unreactive to every test we have the equipment to run. The prevailing theory is that somehow the disruption of the material causes it to enter hugely accelerated chemical decay. We estimate its half-life to be approximately 0.4 seconds. Wow! Ladder. Bit of exploration, although I don't know what this mist is coming from, but I don't fancy getting any closer to find out. Okay. I like the chittering sounds. They added a lot to the ambiance. Push this on top of that. Don't fall. On top of that. God damn it. Books. Whoa. I was right before, but like partially. No, fuck. Will you please fucking grab the thing? Thank you. I got it. Welp. This part is gonna be kind of hard. Ew. Always right. It isn't. Yeah. There, yeah, there is a passageway over there. God damn it.
Now you should find yourself in the wandering game of conversation space, with a tunnel above you from times ahead. In this tunnel, for both our sakes, be careful, not curious. I have already spoken to you about the cat, and repeating myself is not only out of the question, but out of the window and climbing down the guttering. There are spiders in the tunnels that love to suck on the uni fluids, so do not disturb the walls. They are fragile like the china vase in the hooves of the bull.
I gotta say, I don't entirely love the radio guy. Talks a bit weird. Okay. Very orbular. You would love him.
There should be some insect repellent in that red and white cross box in that room. Just in case those spiders found your flesh delicious. How does my brain flesh know your fluids are leaking? Because the red tricked you. The spidery tunnel was far from a necessary evil. More so, it served as a well-deserved punishment. You thought my mind had been lost to the ravages of time, but poetic justice has struck with a sonnet and an 8-legged baptism of fire. With justice now served cold, I hope that we can be good friends. Now reclaim the key and go-go juice, and find a way to the mining monster.
Go-go juice. Lots of equipment, but useless. That's the entrance door. Do you know why this can't be red? Actually, he said the red cross. But that can't be true. Because otherwise it's a violation of the Geneva Convention. I'm gonna remove those planks so I have a reference. Plus the interior ventilation. Air. Yeah, you can't, installation is falling apart. You can't have red with white, or no, white with red cross. That is a universal symbol for doctors and for medicine. Probably gonna have to. Large key. So video games can't have red with or white with red cross on them. Against the law. Against the law. Nope. That's against the law, and you're gonna have to go to jail.
There should be some insect repellent in that red and white cross box in that room. Just in case those spiders found your flesh delicious. How does my brain flesh know your fluids are leaking? Because Red tricked you. The spidery tunnel was far from a necessary evil. More so, it served as a well-deserved punishment. You thought my mind had been lost to the ravages of time, but poetic justice is struck with a sonnet and an eight-legged baptism of fire. With justice now served cold, I hope that we can be good friends. Now reclaim the key and go-go juice, and find a way to the mining monster.
Go-go juice. Bidoo, bidoo, bidoo. Ooh. Inuit mythology, Christian foresight, first published 1903. Over the past 100 years, our people have seen something of a religious revelation. Kaladlit, and Inuit in general, might be said to have seen the error of our ways, and Christianity has become incredibly embraced throughout the Arctic communities. It is the purpose of the paper to explore the true tools of our long-held beliefs and to uncover how they might be justified today in our newfound enlightenment. As such, this essay will be the first I have written in English, as opposed to our native Kaladleg. Animite. It is no coincidence that the word Animak bears resemblance to the English word angel. Oh yeah, identical. The Animite are the Inuit equivalent of the soul, an undying entity released in death of its worldly body. The concept itself is obviously well grounded in decent Christian belief. However, previous thought has been blasphemous to the extent that souls are attributed to all beings, man or beast. To claim such a thing would be to imply that killing of a beast for food is the same as murder of your fellow man, and such a belief simply cannot be held the civilized Inuit. Tombgite. Legend speaks of disembodied spirits, malicious in nature, sabotaging tools, turning hunts bad, and at times even possessing the weak or unfortunate. The Tumgat appears to have no recognized or agreed origin, both in terms of the legend itself and the individual being, causing great doubt to be entirely justifiable. Can we, in our Christian foresight, really believe in possessions or evil spirits? It seems perfectly clear to this writer that the real origin of the Tumgat belief lies in the Christian demon, for, as we are thought to be generous of selfless Moravian Church, without whose support our people would no doubt have starved many years ago, the demon is capable of possession and of countless other atrocities, which only good Christian men can avoid through a lifetime of humility and devotion. Angakwit. With the conclusions reached above, the status of the Christian Angakwit, the tribe's shaman, should be obvious. Such people are in league with the Tumgat demons, working side by side to control and contain the Kumlite people. We have no need for such superstition, and superstition be breeding people in our Christian ways. The Protestant priest can perform all of the Ungut's duties and more besides. That's pretty sad. God. The final challenge of all works such as this should be to find the nature of the Christian God and to ask why he has not been present for so many years of Inuit belief. Until recently, the Inuit people wrongly attributed the Animite almost godlike statues in certain cases. And treated the Tumgate as the devil incarnate. It is no major leap of faith to suggest that such beliefs have been underpinned by a central concern that has something meaning God. I hope that my findings have informed and enlightened the atheistic few that remain in Inuit culture, and ask the Lord Jesus Christ to redeem their souls. Peter Henry Natur. That's sad. Up and down. Forward and backwards. Air. Well then. Shit. And B. Oh, there's another box there. Case plan B doesn't work. Bonk. Box. Gasoline, slick and wet and super soft all over me. This doesn't work. This definitely doesn't work. Whoa! Be careful. Here you go. A wizard. Okay, gasoline, a can of gasoline. Have that now. One final explorer around here. Alright. We've been to storage. Tool shed? Sure, let's go to the tool shed. Here's a map. Yeah, we went there. Storage, excavation. Go to the tool shed. Yeah. Okay. Seems reasonable. Auxiliary shaft. Haha, shaft. Ha! You said. Did it. Saw. Report 66B Phase 9 Anno 9002 Anno Domini 1992, filed by Chief Tending Xeno Officer for the eyes of the leading installation officer only. Leader. Unlike any other finding, 66B appears to be of manufactured rather than natural origin, and so warrants additional interest and, need I say, security. The bulk of substance 63 was discovered only 6 yards from where artifact 66B was buried. It appears, at least in part, to consist of a solidified form of 63 with a number of operable appendages. The artifact emits a low level of light from a seemingly inexhaustible energy supply, suggesting its origin is indeed as was suspected, of course. The ramifications of this fact are clear and appropriate measures are already being taken. Progress in becoming enlightened as to the purpose of the device, if indeed served to the purpose in the traditional sense at all, has been slow. Following protocol to the letter, I assigned my secondary officer to the artifact on Phase 7, only for him. I burped. Only for him to go missing the following day. He eventually returned to the site from a previously uncharted area of the mines, presumably having discovered a new route avoiding the cave-ins. At this stage, we can only assume what transpired since he remains in a state of disorientation. Far be it from me to question the decisions of the elevated caste, but I am struggling to understand the necessity of conducting standard scientific testing in this case. I, of course, have full faith in the abilities of the research team put together and sent here by my immediate superior. I simply wonder whether their time might be better employed on the main site. Nevertheless, it is comforting to know that the actions of every member of the organization are carefully choreographed and controlled by those far outranking myself, both in stature and wisdom. And with this in mind, I feel fully justified in filing an official request for further manpower. We have already lost a number of workers to unforeseen events, largely with engaging in the studies mentioned earlier, and further investigation of the area calls for volunteers to carry out tasks altogether too hazardous in nature to risk the well-being of more elevated organization members. In particular, the tunnel system above the secondary site requires immediate cartography. That was pretty useless. Saw. Hey. Dogs. Right. So we just keep going. So I throw the beef jerky. Good to know. Use BJ to distract them? Sushi, that's lewd. Away. Run. God damn it. You don't see me. Oh, that's bad. Come on. Very, very quiet. Stop looking at it. God damn it. The Suit King kill a dog? Just kill the fucking dog. Stay down. Ooh, double kill. I think that one is dead. Stay down. Stay down. Good. Today marks the first phase of excavation Team B new assignment, which I will be overseeing. Equipment has arrived and digging should be able to commence within the next few hours. Since the incident leading to the establishment of our facility here, much work has been undertaken in order to ascertain the scope of the new discovery. This site among us was selected for many possible candidates thanks to powerful divination techniques passed down for many generations among us, the elevated caste. I feel certain that this wisdom in combination with our seismic techniques will prove to be a great success, and that our discoveries will be great importance to the organization. Best of luck, everyone. Phase 1. While work has been slow up until now, the year is sure to bring with it great prosperity for our team. Perhaps we shall enjoy some of the luck that our other teams seem to be already be harvesting. Further routine work reports will be filed in the secondary log. While the routine logbook has been filed many times over during the past 9 more, there has been little of interest to important, previously enthusiastic entries who appear to be written by someone else entirely. These logs are not of personal thoughts, but since no one is ever likely to read them, I am probably safe in saying that I sometimes catch myself wishing I had never received this assignment at all, and was still stationed at the main facility. We discovered a tunnel system today running through the roof of the cave which caused a minor rock slide, but no serious injuries were sustained. More's the pity. Perhaps if this place became a hazard, we could all be reassigned. The noises in the mine at night are beginning to play with my mind. That is, when you can tell what time of day it is. Although I have now been in charge of Site B for 2 cycles, this marks my first entry into the excavation log as the new chief attending chemist. Looking through the scarce result fields in the initial year's work, I can see why my predecessor was replaced. In a fraction of that time, I have achieved Team B's first major breakthrough, the discovery of previously unknown substance 63, and the research team has been assigned tasks in record time. I fully expect I complete the identification of the substance to be available within 7 phases. Furthermore, I have conducted an investigation into the noises reported by workers in the area of the mine, and its morale on nights that I spent here did appear to be strange, human-like cries coming from somewhere deep in the rocks. But there is bound to be some explanation. Following the discovery of Substance 63, my team has a second triumph in unearthing artifact 66B. My team and I will, of course, deal with finding with our usual level of efficiency. The cast has seen fit to bring in a Xeno team in order to further extract the true nature of the artifact. I applaud their foresight in this decision, and would only note that if been given the chance, my chemistry team would have performed this at least as well as the task. In additional notes, I have completed my analysis of the wailing and chattering sounds repeated a large amount of time in the locale, concluded to be a symptom of dehydration. Sure. Lack of water has caused very mild hallucination, which, combined with quite natural seismic activity, can sound a little like human voices. Although medical examination of the affected workers has been recommended, but in the interest of concluding work at maximum capacity, I have instead ordered increased water supplies and implemented obligatory 3-minute water break once every 5 hours. Wow. It came to my attention today that the job for mapping the overhead tunnel has been even long overdue. Something overlooked the first stages of my excavation, sadly, before my arrival, for otherwise I would have been dealt with completed. The office in charge of the Xeno team is increasingly becoming an obstacle to my own team's research. He insists on overseeing perfectly routine tasks when given the direction of his second-in-command. Yesterday, I would suggest this time better spent taking control of his own responsibilities. At heart, however, I believe him to be a thoroughly devoted follower, which is why I'm certain that he would leap at the chance to volunteer surveying the tunnel system. I have tried warning him of the potential hazards, but he simply will not take no for an answer and asks that I ensure those higher-ups understand his enthusiasm. In the most disheartening turn, the chief Xeno officer has not returned from brave exploration of the tunnel system. The day since the chief Xeno officer foolhardily trespassing into the tunnel system, which now appears to make up the domain for various aggressive local fauna, said creatures have become increasingly hostile, venturing into the excavation site more and more than one occasion, something which we'll be keeping a close eye on. This will be on final entering to the log excavation site B. Events have forced us to curtail our work. We have taken more than a casualty to the organisms living above this cave system, leaving us no choice but to carry what equipment and documentation we can, abandoning all else. Their attacks have developed a discernible pattern, and we are due another on only a few minutes, so I must hurry. It's ironic, the noises that have been reported since the initiation of this project are still present, except that now they sound more like laughing. Ooh. Loadering. Power cabinet. From out the door rises something vast, something terrible, strikes a man, knocking him down, and those standing by him wither into the darkness. Screaming begins. Still father looks on. Is he bringing this? Father, what have you done? Power? I just plugged in the power. mean, you could try manufacture a way out of here. Rusted shut. Gasoline. The lid on the gas can is rusted shut. Something that can get it open. Something that can get it open. If it's rusted, I would just cut it. But no, that's not an option. Got the lid off. Okay, there we go. Bring to thirsty beast.
You seek to find the truth behind all this mystery, and think it will set you free. But truth is relative, and relatives cannot be trusted to bring good gifts. What you seek lies in the shafts beyond this collapsing of the sky, and if you look closely, so do I. A century of days has passed since I saw this area last. The diseased ones sought to kill poor Red, but I took them on a wild poultry chase. They ended dead. They came from out the big metal door, but after all my years, I knew the caves more. Hide and seek turned to seek and hide, and I buried them here beneath the solid rock sky.
Okay. Have anything important to say? No? Okay. Okay, now. Large key, probably here. Vroom vroom, bitch. Seems so strange now to have been guided like a blind man by a faceless stranger whose sanity was clearly waning, disposition unknown. For all I know, this Red dude didn't even have a disposition to speak of. Just a seething mess of conflicting emotions. I know that my radio silent, reliant friend must have been cocooned nearby, and perhaps in finding him I would find myself one step closer to understanding what was going on. In just a couple of hours, I would find what I was looking for, and with it would come answers. I didn't realize at the time, but the answers I found would be for questions I hadn't even asked. Whoa! Worm. That's a worm. Big worm. Make an L with your fingers, Sushi. The length of your dick would be that. Excuse me, coming through.
My remaining ear to the ground, I hear your trembling tootsies padding towards their final destination. Things come to those that wait, whether they want them or not, and soon I think your wait will be over. The great metal door in reality is calling you, just as the Reaper beckons me forward. I look forward to finally greeting you. I only hope I need not greet the Reaper man first.
Oh, I think I'm gonna kill the thing with this. Yeah. Shaft, ha! Warnings. Finery, Chef 12. Chef 13. Section C, Shift 12, Refinery, Shift 13. Right. Never open again. Average penis size. Yeah, I'm a savage. Penis size average. Locked on the other side. What's it, the refinery, I guess? Did you get up? Okay. Thirteen's still pretty good. I wouldn't complain if someone wanted to fuck me with 13 of dick, you know? It's respectable. Screwdriver. Bolt cutter. Section C. Okay, there's a code. Go here. Right to the dog. No. There's no room. Hit it. Oh, yes. Yes, so 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 yes. Fuck me. Not there. Not here. Okay, fuck. Don't. What the fuck? Yeah, that makes sense. You just gotta take it up the butt.
Unless my friends lie somewhere near you now. A friend in need is a friend indeed. But a friend that's dead is a foregone possession. May they rest in peace, ruptured, decomposing pieces.
Sure you can. You just gotta want it. I see. What? Write this note in the knowledge that I may not serve. That it may well serve as my last will and testament. Myself and 3 other miners have been trapped beneath the main shaft to the surface for what we believe to be 3 days, but with no daylight and increasing dehydration it is impossible to tell. The only thing keeping us alive is the hope that there could be a rescue team already on the way. We were all so positive of the start, but it seems long ago now. Brenton was the first to crack, sometime during the first night. We all just lay there trying to sleep through the sound of his wailing and sobbing, trying to pretend his problems weren't our own. And that he was weak for having given up so soon. The fact was, he was dealing with his situation pretty realistically. Your chances of survival get smaller every hour. Since then, he hasn't said much, but the despair that gripped him seems to have spread through the rest of us like a cancer. We were such fools to ignore the foreman, and we paid for that with his life. When he started putting security code locks on all the doors, we thought he was crazy. There's only us down here after all, so why should we need codes to access places we're all allowed to go? He gave us all code sheets, made us swear to keep them safe. Mine hasn't left my locker more than once, it's still there. Doesn't get much safer than that. He asked him where we were keeping them safe, but he never said it was a pain in the ass and what it was for. I had to track all the way to the crazy biologist's office in the mining room this morning just to check the code for section C. But he obviously knew something about these mines we didn't. Some of the guys started acting weird. Not crazy weird, just not normal. It didn't stop a couple of them being carted off to the mainland Europe for psychiatric help. It was one I knew well until the incident 3 days ago. We were in chemical storage when one of the guys who had seemed pretty straight just started shouting. It wasn't a normal kind of shouting, it was a kind of wordsmith, so I don't know how to describe the noises he was making. We'll just have to stick with the normal. Anyway, he managed to hurt a couple of guys, damaged some equipment before we got him under control, nothing serious. When we released him, he seemed okay, phased but alright. Didn't really know where he was, far away, looked in his eyes. That look, I'll remember that for the rest of my days, even if there aren't many more of them. His pupils weren't dilated, they just seemed to take up more space than should be possible. Black and horrible. Then he snapped and grabbed one of the high-rated explosive packs. We knew that he intended, but saw in those eyes those couldn't make run for it. But the guy was already bearing down on the foreman. He didn't have a chance. There were 5 of us who made it out of the exit shaft. Only 4 survived the explosion. The elevator shaft collapsed in on us, and now, does everyone guess how many is still trapped down here? The last thing I saw were those eyes. Seems like they were staring at me. And me alone. Miles Staten. You think you... What is this? A book of some sort? Blank note. Here? No. I burp. Walked in there, huh? Yeah, I imagine that's the case. Beep. Bop. Boop. Blap. Beepity. Boopity. Boopity. Boop.
Only the engraving etched in the back of my mind can compare to the sight you must be seeing. Now power has returned. I wish I could be there with you, but circumstances do not allow for such frivolities. Maybe soon there is something you can do about that. But tell me, are there ever melted conveyances of journey in Akron? I think I know what they mean. It is some kind of heaven or a utopia.
Fast! Gotta go fast! Faster, 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 faster! Bonk. Hey. How to stop the fan? Oh, that worked. Ta-da!
We are now such good and lasting friends. I have gifted you with my love. Perhaps you could gift me with something. After all, the laws of politeness would be shattered if you were to appear at my party without a gift. Poor Red is so hungry. He could eat both the horse and the young riddling stable hand. Sadly, pony flesh is so hard to come by in these parts, and man meat is just so bland. If your eyes happened upon a scurrying rodent, would you deliver the crunchy feast by way of a final meal?
Sure, dude. Odor. Ouch. One day love will find you. Break those chains that bind you. Hey, let's go. Oh shit. here to there to there to here to there to there to there. The sound back. Jammed shut. Chef 12. Okay, it's so warm. Oh, we can stop here then. That's fine. Let me see if this is very long. No, this is very short, so I'll read this and we can stop. A worker at the northwestern iron mine Greenland is missing. Presumed dead as a midnight last night, locals fear foul play. Mining now forms the largest single industry in Greenland. At 16 years old, in northwestern iron mine is a relatively new part of the larger complex, which also includes a lead operation and is built on the site of an older mine later converted into a military bunker and finally closed in 1952. The iron mine retains its excellent work record in spite of the recent disappearances of a yet unnamed worker. We have discovered that the man in question was a young laborer brought in from mainland Europe, possibly Denmark, and authorities on both sides of the strait are currently attempting to contact any family he may have left behind. The man disappeared 10 days ago, and the mine foreman has now exercised his power to declare him presumed dead. This decision, we are told, was not taken lightly. A full search of the mining operation was commissioned to no avail. Without the appropriate equipment or transport, the man could not have survived on the surface. Although superstition in Greenland has seen a decrease in popularity over the past year, some local inhabitants still claim the land itself is cursed. This very paper ran a report almost 40 years ago to the day discussing high suicide figures for the area, but findings at the time were considered to be inconclusive. Let's grab this thing. Cohort, a man with no name. It is he who opens the gateway to hell. A grin on his face, he's terrible indeed. He watches the man writhe and turn. Still, Father looks on, something vital in his hand. I use these now, it feels I'm not crowded, like I'm no visitor. Many strange things they all seem familiar. Orm. Splat. Okay, well, I think. Yes, I'm sure I want to quit. Yeah. I'll try to play tomorrow, if possible. I'll let you know. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. Goodbye.